Kevin Federline has made shocking new claims about his ex-wife Britney Spears in his upcoming memoir, You Thought You Knew, alleging disturbing behavior that reportedly left their sons traumatized. According to excerpts published by the New York Times, Federline writes that Britney would sometimes stand in the doorway of their sons' bedrooms at night, silently watching them sleep, holding a knife in her hand. They would awaken sometimes at night to find her standing silently in the doorway, watching them sleep. "Oh, you're awake?" With a knife in her hand, he reportedly recounts. Then she'd turn around and pad off without explanation. Federline claims this wasn't a one-time incident, but something that happened more than once during their marriage. Britney and Kevin, who were married from 2004 to 2007, share two sons, Sean Preston 20 and Jaden James 19. Their relationship as co-parents has remained rocky for years, even after Britney's 13-year conservatorship ended in 2021. While the pop icon has occasionally shared glimpses of family moments, including a 2023 Instagram post of her reunion with Jaden, insiders say her bond with her boys has been strained. In a 2022 interview with the Daily Mail, Jaden said he believed things with his mom could still be fixed, adding, "It's just going to take a lot of time and effort. I just want her to get better mentally." He also expressed frustration that Britney continued to share photos of him online despite his request not to, saying it didn't go well. Federline also opened up about the boys' absence from Britney's 2022 wedding to Sam Asghari, telling the outlet that Sean and Jaden had made the decision not to attend. Britney, visibly hurt, later responded on Instagram, writing, "It saddens me to hear that my ex-husband has decided to discuss the relationship between me and my children. As we all know, raising teenage boys is never easy. I gave them everything. Only one word, hurtful." Elsewhere in his memoir, Federline reportedly expresses deep concern for Britney's current mental and emotional state, saying he believes she's racing towards something irreversible. He warns, "It's become impossible to pretend everything's okay. From where I sit, the clock is ticking and we're getting close to the 11th hour. Something bad is going to happen if things don't change. And my biggest fear is that our sons will be left holding the pieces." Federline also addresses the Knock Free Britney movement, which played a key role in ending her conservatorship, suggesting it might have done more harm than good. "Now more than ever, our children need your support. I've been their buffer for years, but now it's bigger than me. It's time to sound the alarm," he writes. While Federline doesn't specify what exactly worries him most about Britney, his words echo growing fan concern over her recent behavior. Over the past few months, Britney's social media posts have sparked controversy, featuring nude dancing videos, cryptic captions, and erratic updates that have left followers divided between sympathy and alarm. Britney's team has yet to comment on the claims made in Federline's book, which is set for release on October 23rd. But one thing is clear. This memoir is reigniting old wounds, forcing the public to confront the painful and complicated reality behind one of pop culture's most famous families. In the days following the New York Times excerpts, Kevin Federline's revelations have sent shockwaves through both the media and Britney Spears' loyal fanbase. Social media erupted almost instantly, with March Protect Britney and Justice for Britney trending side by side, highlighting the deep divide between those who believe Federline's claims and those who accuse him of exploiting his ex-wife's name for publicity. Many fans argue that these knife allegations echo the same kind of narratives used to justify Britney's 13-year conservatorship, which tightly controlled her life, finances, and even her relationships. Sources close to Britney, meanwhile, insist that Federline's version of events is deeply misleading. According to an insider quoted by Entertainment Tonight, Britney's behavior was often misrepresented in the years following her breakdown, especially during times when she was heavily medicated and under constant surveillance. "People forget how much pressure she was under," the source said. "Every move she made was watched and twisted. It's heartbreaking to see those years being weaponized again." Britney herself has yet to issue a formal statement about Federline's book, but fans noticed that she quietly disabled comments on her Instagram shortly after the story broke. Then, in true Britney fashion, she posted a video of herself dancing in her living room, captioned only with a broken heart emoji and the words, "Silence speaks louder." Many took it as her indirect response. her way of reclaiming control over her own story without giving her critics more words to twist. Still, the tension between Britney and her sons remains one of the most painful parts of this ongoing saga. In recent years, both Sean and Jaden have reportedly distanced themselves, choosing to live with Kevin full-time in Hawaii. Friends say Britney feels the separation deeply and has been trying to reconnect. She wants to make amends, one insider told People. She misses her boys every day. That's the one thing that truly breaks her heart. Federline's memoir, however, paints a darker picture, one where he portrays himself as the protector, shielding their children from what he calls Britney's decline. In one particularly emotional passage, he writes, "I know people see me as the villain, but I've lived this story. I've seen things that would break your heart. I'm not trying to attack her. I'm trying to save her." Critics, however, question his motives, noting that his book's release date coincides suspiciously with the anniversary of Britney's conservatorship ending. As October 21st approaches, anticipation and controversy continue to build. Publishers are reportedly ramping up security for book shipments due to fears of leaks. Meanwhile, major talk shows are already negotiating for exclusive interviews with Federline, interviews that could either vindicate him or destroy his reputation entirely. For Britney, this moment feels like a painful déjà vu. Just when she thought she had reclaimed her life, her freedom, her voice, her identity, the ghosts of her past have resurfaced. Whether Federline's memoir reveals truth or manipulation, one thing is certain: it's forcing the world to confront just how fragile the line between freedom and control can be when fame, family, and mental health collide. And as the world watches, one question lingers louder than all the noise. Is this memoir a warning or a weapon? As media outlets dissect every word from You Thought You Knew, the narrative around Britney Spears has once again spiraled into chaos. Talk shows, tabloids, and social media commentators are flooding timelines with headlines that sound more like horror stories than family confessions. Yet beneath the noise, a haunting truth emerges. This isn't just about celebrity gossip anymore. It's about power, perception, and who gets to tell Britney's story. Federline's claims about the knife incidents have become the centerpiece of a debate that cuts deeper than any headline. Some former members of Britney's inner circle have stepped forward to defend her, saying the incidents have been exaggerated or completely misrepresented. One longtime staff member, speaking anonymously to Page 6, said, "Britney was scared during those years, not of her kids, but of the people controlling her life. She slept with a knife under her pillow once because she didn't feel safe." That story's been twisted into something unrecognizable. Mental health professionals have also weighed in, criticizing the way Federline's memoir frames Britney's struggles. Dr. Karen Bloomfield, a licensed therapist specializing in celebrity trauma, told Vanity Fair, "Britney Spears isn't a villain. She's a survivor of systemic abuse. When you strip away the fame, what you see is a woman who was isolated, medicated, and misunderstood. Retelling her pain without context isn't truth, it's exploitation." Meanwhile, Britney's supporters, the same people who built the Shock Free Britney movement, are rallying once again, arguing that Federline's book is an attempt to rewrite history. Outside her Los Angeles mansion, small crowds have begun gathering with pink signs reading, "Leave Britney alone," again. Some even accuse Federline of trying to secure financial stability through controversy, pointing to his reported financial difficulties after moving to Hawaii with his family. But not everyone is defending Britney blindly. A growing portion of the internet insists that if these stories are true, they can't be ignored. Protecting Britney doesn't mean silencing the people she may have hurt, one journalist wrote on X, formerly Twitter. Accountability and compassion can coexist. That statement sparked thousands of retweets and an online war between fan groups, those who see Britney as a victim of manipulation and those who believe she's now spiraling without control. Meanwhile, Britney's lawyer, Matthew Rosengart, the man who helped end her conservatorship, is reportedly preparing a response to the memoir. Sources close to the legal team told Rolling Stone that they are reviewing Federline's claims for potential defamation. "If any of these incidents are fabricated or intentionally misleading, we will take appropriate legal action," the insider said. Britney has been through enough. This ends now. As the legal battle looms, Britney's silence remains both powerful and painful. She's been spotted in recent days at her Thousand Oaks home, walking barefoot in her garden, her dogs trailing behind her. To some, it's a sign of calm. To others, it's a symbol of isolation. What's certain is that this saga has reignited the same question that has haunted Britney for nearly 2 decades. Is she being protected, or is she being exploited all over again? Because in the end, the world seems addicted not just to Britney's music, but to her pain. And once again, her private life has become public entertainment, the very thing she's been trying to escape since the day she first said, "I just want my freedom." And so, as Kevin Federline's memoir prepares to hit shelves, the world stands divided, not just over who to believe, but over what this moment truly means. To some, it's a desperate father sounding an alarm. To others, it's a calculated attempt to reopen old wounds for profit. But in the center of all the noise stands Britney Spears, a woman who has spent her entire adult life fighting for autonomy, only to have her story retold again and again by everyone but herself. Her silence now speaks louder than any statement could. After years of headlines, documentaries, and court battles, maybe she's realized that no matter what she says, the world will twist it into a new narrative. And maybe that's the saddest part of all, that even after finally winning her freedom, she still has to defend it in the court of public opinion. Whether Federline's memoir reveals truth, exaggeration, or something in between, it's clear that Britney's legacy is far bigger than scandal. It's a reflection of fame's darkest cost. What happens when a person becomes a story, and a story becomes too profitable to let die? So as the internet debates, analyzes, and speculates once more, one question remains unanswered. How many times must Britney Spears be saved before she's finally left alone? Because maybe the real freedom she's been searching for isn't from a conservatorship or from the industry, but from the world's obsession with watching her fall.